Hello class, I'm Alan Crockett. I'm going to be your instructor for Art 1032, which is basically an Adobe Photoshop training class. You're going to learn tons about Adobe Photoshop. You're going to leave with like a huge amount of tricks and ways to work your way around it. And hopefully you'll leave with a nice collection of digital images that you can share and do different things with. So basically the methodology of this class, the way to kind of approach this class is that each week there's a different lesson, and it kind of is broken down into little sections. Each week there'll be a chapter in the book that will go over, some aspect, whether it's adding text in the beginning or color correction or selecting, and you'll kind of master that one thing by following the lesson in the book, and then you'll do your own creative version of the same thing. Once you get your piece finished, you're going to submit it to the assignment page, and then you're going to also submit it to the discussion gallery, where you're going to comment on your work or in other students' work, and then move on to the next week's assignment. So one important thing that takes a lot of people a lot of time to figure out in these kind of virtual classes is how to submit stuff. And so I would take the time out in the beginning to make sure you can submit it so everyone can see it. And I talk about that in that first video, is how to export your file as a PNG file or a JPEG. Instead of a Photoshop document, a PSD file, because the Photoshop document doesn't show up natively in Canvas. So you have to convert it, which is really a good graphic artist skill, is to learn how to convert your file to whatever someone's asking for. So highly recommend that skill. That is like #1 skill. So anyways, follow the instructions there. Make sure you can get that thing loaded right off the bat so that the whole class can see your work, because I've seen it happen in the past where someone doesn't have it loaded right. People don't comment on their work, and that person's kind of just, puts their work up and no one says anything. So make sure you're loading the work properly for people to see it. And the other thing is that make sure you do the comments and discussion of each other's work, because that's what makes the class alive. That's what makes it feel like a regular class, like you're with these people. And it's for me as the instructor, that dialogue helps me understand where you're coming from and where other students are coming from, and problems you might have had or things you might want to see happen in the class can kind of come out in there too. So and one last note about the discussion page, since it is a class, I really urge people to be respectful and kind and supportive of each other, and try to kind of build everybody up so that we feel like, I want to share stuff in this class, because people are going to see what's in it and understand what I'm trying to do, or try to understand what I'm trying to do, and ask good questions that are, that build confidence. And I think that's one of the most important lessons in this class, is that we want to try to build everybody up so that we feel the ability to stretch out and be creative, and not worry about, is this just weird? Are people gonna like it? Instead be like, I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna do great stuff. I'm gonna try something different, So with that said, just the final thing I wanna mention is that there's a lot of videos in there, and I tried to pick ones that I thought would really help you, and I tried to make ones that would help you. Some of them are, pretty low budget, and some of them are have some pretty amazing moments in it. So just treat it like any other class, and just put the time in watching it and trying to understand where I'm coming from, why I'm trying to share these things with you. And I think you'll have a really good experience, and I think you'll leave knowing a lot more about Photoshop than you did when you came into this thing. And I look forward to meeting all of you and seeing all your work. And I'll be talking to you more, I'm sure. Okay.